My name's Cy Young. I'm from Alamo, Tennessee originally. Live in Jackson, and I've got I actually run two different agencies.
Okay.
So I don't know if you even knew that, Troy. So I originally bought Young Hughes Insurance in 2013 after kind of hopping around to different places, and then I had the opportunity to partner with some other people to start Haven back. Started talking in 2019, and we opened 30 days before the world shut down in February of 2020. So it's been an interesting ride. So
that was the same way Hanley started, right?
Yep.
About a month before.
Yep. We had started where every Friday we were going out as a team, kind of like going and seeing bankers and mortgage brokers. And we got about in a good rhythm of doing that for about 5 weeks, and then bam, everything stopped.
So you're focusing a lot on personal lines?
Really both. Young Hughes does a lot, majority more personal lines, and Haven is more in the commercial realm, but it does personal lines as well. But we were calling on everybody, the commercial lenders, everything. So.
Okay. And what is your split right now, Si, between commercial and personal?
With Young Hughes, it's about 70-30 policy count and about 50-50 premium. And then Haven is about 30% personal policy count, probably 60 commercial. So
you have some big goals for 2022?
We do. We'd like to. So Haven did its first acquisition in April, and that's gone good. There's been some hiccups, but overall, I think it's been pretty good. And yeah, we'd like to do some more acquisitions.
How are you going about finding opportunities to purchase agencies?
I don't know if it's the right way, but what I look at is we've kind of started looking at going after agencies that have similar contracts.
Are you part of SIA?
No.
Okay.
Not any cluster. So we've got all direct contracts, and there's a lot of agencies smaller than us, and about the same size that are kind of aging out in our area that do have similar contracts, and so we've kind of made it a focus to stay in touch with them, and that way when they do get the itch to sell, we're there. So
you just go in and cold call on them, sit down with them?
We've done that a couple of times, and I mean, and where we are small enough that everybody kind of knows all the agency people anyways, so you just kind of put bugs in their ear every now and then.
There you go.
So,
aren't you part of the Big I and the young agents and all that?
Yes. So I came off the Tennessee I was young agent chair for a year and a half, and just came off of that committee, and they immediately put me on the board of directors. So I just started that term in January.
So how old are you?
39.
39. Does that mean you have to be out next year?
Yeah, I guess they were going to kick me out either way.
Right on the cutoff. I think you have one more year though.
Well, I'll be 40 in July, so.
Oh, okay.
So I guess I'll have 14 months, 15 months.
Inside,
it's a good way of giving back. I love it.
Yeah, it's been, I mean, I wouldn't be in the position I am today without it. No doubt about that.
Really?
Yeah.
So you say, you recommend that to other agencies out there?
Yes.
Other agents?
100%. I mean, the networking and the connections, the contracts that I've been able to get. I mean, some of the contracts we've gotten, I wouldn't have been able to get without being involved.
And is that with getting to know the companies or just getting to know other agency owners and stuff that?
Both. I mean, being, there's one thing being like a member and not taking advantage of everything that they have to offer. I know each state does stuff a little bit different, but I mean, being a member, getting involved, you get to meet other, like you said, other agents that have, been doing it a while, and getting to meet the carriers that are partnering and giving the association money. And you find that out by being involved. And so, like, one of the contracts we got, like, they were one of the bigger sponsors for our young agent program.
Okay. Good deal, man.
Yeah.
How much, you're a big golfer, aren't you?
Try to be.
Yeah. As everybody tells me I need to get into golf to do better with insurance and to meet the connected people out on the golf course and stuff. Has being in golf helped open up some doors? And what like when you say you're into golfing, what's your handicap and what's your story about golf?
Well, we'll start at the beginning. I originally went to Mississippi State to be in their professional golf management program, and decided that was not enough money and too much work for me, and got out of that. And fraternity brother of mine convinced me to get into the insurance program.
Because they kind of they're like peanut butter and jelly, right?
Exactly. So I basically got into the insurance program where I could play more golf.
Perfect.
So
was that like a class?
Do what?
Like a requirement of the insurance program to be a golfer?
No, it should have been. But no. So I mean, I grew up playing from a young age, and so immediately got out of golf and got into the insurance program. But yeah, I mean, I always enjoy doing it.
What do you shoot?
My handicap is a plus 0.5.
That's crazy. So that means you average pretty much par golf.
I try to.
What's the best round you ever shot?
62.
Oh my, that is unbelievable. I think my best is 92. I felt like everything was going in on a 92.
Yeah. I shot 62, and I had 3 holes left. And when I came off of 15, I was like, if I birdie the last 3, I can shoot 59. And I was done after that.
Oh, I know, you never want to expect anything, right?
And that was the first time that I had thought about it. And as soon as it hit my mind, it was done.
Yeah, kind of fell apart.
Monica is bored to death right now over there.
No, honestly, I did started taking golf lessons, but I couldn't even get my pinky right. So it's like, you know what? I'll just drive the caddy around, and that's it. Beer, whatever you need, I'll go get it. I have fun doing that, seeing other people. But it is labor intensive. It's not relaxing. I don't know why you guys think golf is relaxing, but I don't find it relaxing at all.
No,
so you gotta position yourself right. It's like the tension of like how to put the fingers in everything. No, no, leave me drinking on the side. It's better for me.
I'm the same way. After watching them on the weekend or whatever, the pros, it's like, man, they make it look so easy. And then I go out and hack it, and I beat myself up. I don't enjoy it. That's why I only try to golf maybe 3 to 5 times a year. And that's for the different events and stuff that people have going on that you get invited to, best ball and things like that. But yeah.
I like the competition. So the place I play at, we've got a lot of good young golfers. So we always have good matches going on.
Have you gotten any business from your course?
Yeah. We do quite a bit.
Yeah. So Sai, tell us a little bit about like what have been some of the most rewarding moments as an agency owner, And what lessons have you learned that you can share with other agency owners that are listening today?
I guess kind of really, we're in the business of helping people. And I guess, coming in as as an agency owner, you don't really think about, you just kind of do it because that's what you're supposed to do. But like, one of the most rewarding things that happened to me one time was we had a big storm that hit here, and we were understaffed at the time, and we were, going through a bunch of claims, and the staff actually here awarded me the employee of the week thing. So they made up a whole thing. So, that made me really proud that, that like, I got to step into what they do every day. And, they recognize that, we're in it with them and not just.
You have their backs.
Yeah. So that's one of the things that first pops to my head. So
that's awesome. Were you
that's pretty cool.
Was it like a tornado or something?
I don't think it was I think it was an ice storm because I remember it being it's actually in February. So
you always do employee of the week or month or anything?
No, we don't even do that. We don't even we've only got like 4. So everybody have to get it every month or something. But
they give you a little trophy or something?
Yeah, they made me up a little certificate, I guess, online or whatever.
Good, man. Did you put it up?
I don't have it up. I still have it, but I don't have it up. So
What's the little things? And I try to jump in at my office too to help. And then half the time I do it wrong. Like I didn't add, somebody wanted to add their car, added the car right, but I didn't match the towing. He had 250 towing on his other 2 cars and I put 100. So now my wife had to write a check for $200 for the difference on one of these. And she didn't want to let it go. She wanted to escalate it up to auto owners. And I'm like, just write the check.
Happily wrote that check.
Yeah.
Write the check. We're all wasting so much time and opportunity cost. But this is why I tell you not to do anything, Troy.
I had the same thing happen to us. We're going through right now. We're having to rent a car for somebody. So
yeah. Didn't talk about it. Like it's very similar. They had rental on one of the cars.
And they had it on the one that they had, and they traded. And when we added the new car, I think it was probably me, probably forgot to put it on there. And then luckily, auto owners is giving us the auto owners rate.
What's the auto owners rate?
Just whatever they pay for like the rental car, little discounted rate.
Oh, okay.
We're getting that with the rental companies.
Mine was with the auto owners too. And I literally thought, let's just backdate it. You can see the other cars, and they put their foot down and said, I talked to my rep. He's like, this will go up to the legal department and everything. Troy, do you really want to fight this for $200? And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
But
those low
with auto owners this last year.
That's so funny. So what are some of the lessons learned? Like what will you, like if I were to open an agency today, what will you tell me, Monica, do this, but don't do that? Try to avoid X. Stay away from Y. What is that for you?
Don't chase the shiny object.
Ooh. Like the new management system,
I'm not speaking from experience because I chase it. So I have wasted, I don't say wasted, I have spent plenty of hours just trying to figure it out. Going back, I would pick probably the most simplest and easiest thing to go, get that down, and then add to it. But don't chase it all at once.
Yeah, you're part of IAOA, right? It's like there's a new shiny object every month, whether that be a website or a management system or like management system, CRM. And you can get lost in that. And then you waste time switching. And then you find out it's not as cool as everybody said it was. And then what do you do?
Yeah, the demo always looks really good.
Yeah. And then you hear other people saying how great it is, and you feel stupid if it doesn't work for you.
So what systems are y'all using?
We use just easy links. We've got Advisor Evolve for our website and quote vids. CRM is Agency Zoom.
Okay.
And then we use Sly Broadcast for a lot of things. Have you ever jumped into that?
I'm about to.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's pretty cost effective too, from what I've seen.
We do it for our book rolls with various companies, and it's super slick. I'm like, hey, this is Troy. You know, we're moving you from Progressive to Travelers because we can save you like hundreds of dollars, if not thousands of dollars a year. And please reach out to us. You'll be getting an email to take a peek at it. But after that voicemail goes out, we get 5 people calling back every time thinking that I just left a message and they missed me.
Yeah, it works out good. So we use Agency Zoom for our CRM, and then we're using HawkSoft. So I'm interested to see how everything goes with the Vertifor acquisition of Agency Zoom.
Yeah. I haven't noticed anything's changed, so I don't see why they would.
Yeah, I think it's going to get better.
Yeah, I think it's going to take time before we see any major shifts or changes. I mean, it takes, every time they do an acquisition, it takes a long time to overhaul the entire product and whatnot. But I think from what I've heard, they're going to continue to kind of like be independent from like the Vertifor products, which is very refreshing to hear as well. But again, everybody has different opinions. Everybody's saying something different. So we will just have to wait and see how they.
I mean, I just think the two-way integration between any system, whether it's Agency Zoom and Vertifor or Salesforce and Applied or whatever, is what we need.
Yeah.
Do you get that with HawkSoft? Are you able to connect Agency Zoom and HawkSoft?
It's a one-way. HawkSoft will talk to Agency Zoom. They're in the process of getting a two-way integration right now for kind of like notes and attachments. Okay. And hopefully Q3 is supposed to be a true two-way integration. So
we'll probably see. Like Q1, Q2 of the following year.
Yeah.
What do you use Agency Zoom for? Sorry.
We're using it for the sales and the service center. So
really?
Yeah.
So we're not
we actually beta tested towards the end the service center. So
how's that working?
I love it.
Really?
Yes.
Why is it better?
I'm a visual person, so the dashboard and the pipelines that it does helps me, and it's just a lot easier to track than paper notes and emails and everything else.
Wouldn't that create like challenges if they're not talking back and forth with HawkSoft though?
Well, so the way we do it is we submit the ticket, and then of course we've got Hashmi and we'll take care of it, and then he goes into HawkSoft itself, and then he documents the file there.
Okay. So yeah, let's talk a little bit about Hashmi. How are things working out with him?
You talking about Rockstar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that you call him a rock star.
Yeah. So yeah, man, he's doing great. We have been super impressed.
Oh, that's great to hear. Great to hear. I love hearing that. So other than him starting some of the stuff in the tickets in Agency Zoom with the service, what other things is he helping you guys out with?
He started to do some quoting for us, and we're really about to start ramping that up because we're about to finally get a rater for him.
You guys don't have a rater yet?
No, because our biggest carrier is not on the rater.
Erie?
On any rater.
Interesting.
Who is it? Erie?
Erie.
Yeah.
And so I've gone back and forth on it. And so think it's just finally time that we finally got more and more of our carriers. So every one of our personal lines carriers, except for them now, is on a rater. So it makes more sense.
Who are you looking into for the rater?
I think we're going to go with PO rater just because
Okay.
it does have the integration with agency Zoom now. So
Perfect. So you have him starting with the quoting and then just doing a lot of the back office servicing type stuff.
yep. And he will, and there's a couple of things like, hey, let's get on and we'll show you. He's like, let me see if I can figure it out first. And,
Really?
And then he'll figure it out.
Oh, I love hearing that. So he's proactive.
Yes, very proactive.
Like, let me, because yeah, I mean, that's the thing. A lot of times there's videos out there. If he's able to learn on his own through videos, I can't do that personally. I need to try to stumble through it and have someone teach me. But that's pretty cool that he's able to take the initiative on stuff you want him to do.
And I think he's gotten so efficient at some stuff that we've got to ramp up some stuff for him. He may be getting bored over there waiting on us to do some stuff.
There's busy, never right? A dull moment. You always have to be pivoting, right? So it is important to kind of like continue to evolve. And I don't think it's boredom. I think it's mastery, right?
Yeah. So it was funny. We were, I think it was over the holidays when everybody was kind of in and out and just kind of not really doing a whole lot towards the end of the year. He kept sending us Teams messages like, hey, how are y'all? Come on, send me some stuff.
Give me some stuff. Oh,
so
we preach that a lot. You know, just because you're not busy doesn't mean you can't find stuff to do. Have you looked into him doing a little bit of social media type stuff for you? Anything like that?
We have not.
That's a good idea if he does have the time, if downtime, because what we have ours do is, for example, Google reviews. Whenever we get a Google review, they make it look all pretty in Canva, and then they push it out on Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn for us. So, and Natasha, she even responds to our Google reviews for us. So that way I don't even have to get in and remember to do it. It's all done. And she adds her little bit of flair and personality to it. And just one less thing for you guys to worry about, so you can just go out and sell more insurance.
Yeah, that's a good point.
What is the 2022 game plan for you guys? What are some of your goals that you're looking to achieve?
Well, we really need to, we kind of started to do this with agency Zoom, is really nail down our processes, both sales and service. I'd like to get all that kind of documented internally by video. I'd also like to start introducing, we've done a few video quotes, but I'd like to really make that a full-fledged thing and really integrate our mobile app too. So
okay, who's your mobile app with?
Glovebox. So
how does Glovebox work? I haven't even dove into that technology yet. Is it worth it? Everybody raves about it, it seems.
To me it is. I mean, because it doesn't link with your management system, so it links with the customer's actual online portal, whether they are a true integration partner with Glovebox or not. They've got a way to embed it. So when they go into the app, they can actually pull, say it's auto owners, they can pull the auto owner's deck page, auto owner's ID card right there on their phone.
Okay. So what's the difference between that and why can't you just have an auto owner's app?
What brands it for your agency, so they can get in touch with us. It's got a chat bot thing where they can do service requests on the app, and it'll send to us. Like I said, it's completely branded to us, so it's got all of our contact information, all our social channels. That way, if they've got, auto owners with their home and they've got Erie with their auto, they don't have to have two apps. Okay, they can all have it right there in one.
That makes sense. Have you had good feedback from your clients?
Yeah, I mean, initial onboarding we had was around 27% download.
27%. How'd you get them to do it?
That was basically the onboarding that Glovebox does for you. And
So
then
they'll take the time to reach out to your clients.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously it works. 27% is pretty good. I would have guessed more like 5%.
Yeah, we had an app before that we didn't really push a whole lot, and we were single digits, but
okay, good deal. And haven't you and Monica had some meetings, Si?
yeah.
What have you guys talked about?
Little.
You can't say in public. I'm just kidding. No, it's been I've been picking his brain because I'm now the co-chair of the Massachusetts Association for young agents. So I was picking his brain on that regard and how, he has overhauled his agents and, events and how to basically get more participation and whatnot, because it's really hard to get them to participate and whatnot. So he gave me great tips about how to do that differently, maybe things I hadn't think about. One of the biggest takeaways he gave me was to do more with the families of the young agents, which was such a great idea because we always think about it as a happy hour and like, let's just let down your hair and have a drink and talk. And I never thought about like a family day where people can come and actually spend time together as, families and whatnot. So that was a really great idea I got from him. Hopefully we get to implement something like that the next year or so here in Massachusetts. And then just a couple conversations here and there about questions, from systems. I don't know, Sai, like what we talked about slide broadcast and all that stuff.
Yeah, and we've talked about some EOS stuff too. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You guys
Talk about
integrating
traction
that?
and EOS.
yeah,
Accountability. It's important.
we started that in July of last year. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's been good.
Good.
So a lot of self-work, I think it's involved on that, some people implement it faster than others and whatnot, but everybody at their own pace. And I think, over there, Sai is making great changes, at his pace, and it's good.
So I got a question for you. So for those people thinking about getting a virtual assistant, what can you tell them about, the some of the challenges, some of the things to expect, those that haven't pulled the trigger yet? I know it's a hot topic these days. Maybe talk a little bit more about how your experience was with the onboarding and everything. And
yeah, the onboarding was fantastic. Y'all did a great job. Like, because I think I told you before, we were about to sign the contract with another VA company, and I'd heard Monica on another podcast, and I was like, well, I'm just going to call them and see. And when we did that initial call, I mean, you guys just blew it out of the water. It was not even we didn't even have to talk about it after that. But main thing I would say is make sure you have your processes down on what you want your virtual professional to do. And that's, because I think the way they learn and the way they're taught is very literal. And so they need it lined out. And because there's a language barrier to a degree, but also the terminology they could have an issue with. So make sure that you've got your processes down and really ironed out before you bring on, because that could cause some pain.
Appreciate that. Like with Hashmi, how many weeks did it take before you saw some benefit after he started?
It was probably around in that 4th or 5th week is when he really started to get into a groove. but we started with small tasks. And, we were afraid that, starting with just the very small tasks that we wouldn't have enough for him. But we did. And then we've kind of, added more higher level tasks. And then now adding on to the quoting. So
beautiful. That's advice. It's just like hiring someone in your office. If they start and they sit in your desk in the office next to you and you don't train them very much, they're not going to be that successful. You're going to have to spend some time with them. It's going to take a few weeks to get them acclimated to the team and everything like that. And then they're going to succeed. So it's just starting people with the proper expectations, right? Like,
yeah. And I'll tell you this. So you're talking about the training, we didn't have like a formal training with Hashmi. We did more kind of like one-on-one type stuff. And we had one of our staff members was initially not happy about bringing on an assistant. But now it was literally probably 2 weeks in, she's probably trained him more than anything. And
really?
Like, she was like, I can't do it without him.
Oh, that's
and so
That's amazing.
She completely turned around. So
I love hearing that. It's like with our team too. It's like when somebody's on vacation or something, they're like, oh, I can't wait till Rakib gets back. I have to do my own quoting.
Yeah.
And they're like counting the days. But yeah, it's a process too for the staff, right? Sometimes they may feel like it's a threat, but they're really there to assist them and make their job easier.
Exactly.
Adjustment of behaviors, letting go of control, but it's all for a good cause, right? Like once you get that help, you're like, I don't want to do that again. Like, keep it away from me. Then when that person is not there, takes vacation, he's like, oh, no, I can't get anything done.
Yeah. And there's a level of trust too that has to be built too.
Yep.
So I think
it doesn't happen in a week or a day. It takes weeks and months.
And that only comes with, like you said, time and actually getting to know them and having those conversations. So
how often do you have like video meetings like this? Do you do it daily or weekly?
So we communicate at least via chat on Teams daily.
Good.
Sometimes it kind of depends on one-on-one calls, but he is on our weekly EOS meeting every Tuesday. So
yep, super important. We do that with ours too. We even have a video check-in every day with the entire team and the service team and our VPs, just to say hi. How's your day going? Sometimes there's not a lot to talk about. Sometimes there's 2 or 3 fires going on.
Yep. And because it's funny because during our meeting we'll all kind of talk about how our weekend was and what was going on, and he just hops in there and talks about the wedding parties he's been to, and it's great.
It's funny when we do our icebreakers around Christmas. It's always Christmas icebreakers, and they even jump in, even though they don't celebrate Christmas. They're like, yeah, I mean, what's your favorite Christmas song? Or what's your favorite Christmas smell, Christmas cookie?
Yeah.
But aren't their wedding the best though? Like they last like cool. 7 days, and it's like a big like party hard. Like I love the stories of
it's like a long pictures. Party.
Yeah, it is a long party. So I can't wait to be invited to one of them. Maybe we can all go.
Yeah.
They all have their choreographed dances.
Yes.
Kind of cool.
Yes. Yes, they do. That's amazing. Well, Sai, we hope that you continue to grow, that you continue to achieve, greatness. And I mean, you can continue to pursue the shining object or not, or do it your way, but completely up to you. But we're happy to be part of your family. And we're very, very excited for what's to come for you too. So
well, thank you. We're glad to be a part of y'all's and look forward to y'all's growth and expansion. So I tell everybody about you as soon as they ask. So
Cy Young with Haven Insurance Partners. How does anybody reach you that wants to reach out?
Yeah, I'll just give everybody my cell number. It's 731-695-7980. My email is Cy, and that's CY at thehavenip as in Paul.com.
All right. Thanks so much, my friend.